Oh, hey, welcome to a Christmas edition of Toy Games. You know, now that McFarlane has finally completed the original Justice League, I figured why not take today to talk about which figures are the best and which figures he may need to redo to have a really classic looking team. So join me, sit back, relax, get some eggnog, grab your wife, get your kids around the table or the TV or whatever, and watch some Toy Games.
Toy Games! Toy Games!
Okay, so here we are, the McFarlane Original Justice League. I will talk about pricing, how I got here, and what you will need to do. Who's the best as far as like the cleanest original sculpt with no raised features that people either love or hate. But this is pretty darn close to what you want in a classic Justice League. Now, when I picked, that was like a golden age pick, and that was just the best picture I could find of like what my idea is. I'm aware that that's like more golden age. We're never going to get that with McFarlane. I think that Jay Garrick figure is and the old Green Lantern figure might be the closest we're going to get to something like that. But this is really good. I will start with my favorites and the cleanest ones. And then they're going to be kind of tied. So let's get to that now and just soak that in for a second. We will start with Nightfall Batman, who I did give a darker shade of gray, and I did put a cloth cape on him. But out of the box, he's pretty near perfect. And the Flash, that was the Build-A-Figure Cyborg, Flashpoint, Wave. These are very out-of-the-box perfect, okay? Clean sculpt. Maybe if that was raised, that would have been fine. These do not need to be redone. There's little to talk about as far as perfecting them. I think they are perfect. These are your two best bets for not only the Justice League, but also Super Friends. Easy choice for the two best. While not in the Justice League and more in line with Super Friends, this Firestorm figure is also perfect. Had to mention him along with those others that are perfect. Next up, this is not the Supes 1000. I like this color scheme better in the Atomic Skull 2-pack, which you could still get. You could still get. This cloth cape is from OT Customs on Instagram. I will have that there. I know that new smiley face Superman is coming out. I would really put that smiley face one with more of a Super Friends team than Justice League. This will forever be my go-to Superman figure. I think it's the best one he will ever do. I think it's one of the best. If I had to pick the best Superman figures, I like the Mezco. I like the Hush from Mafex. And then I like this one. That's me. It is what it is. I think it's a terrific figure. I think the Wonder Woman figure is almost right there. There's a few missteps that are not huge deal breakers. I did repaint this axe because it looked like cheap plastic. I did chrome out this shield to make it look more, I don't know, ancient artifact, mythical, Clash of the Titans-y. And I put a gold trim around it. But that's about it. These two are near perfection for your Justice League. She's out now. He's in that 2-pack. So a 2-pack is $50. She's $30. These three are a tie. This 2-pack Green Lantern that I put like an emerald green paint on, and I painted that to make it less spectral. I think it's still a great figure. There is some raised stuff going on in there, some busy work going on in there. So if he does ultimately make a collector's edition Green Lantern, and this is all smooth, that's where this figure would get a huge upgrade. I do really like this figure. I love the head sculpt. I like a lot of things about it. I wish this fist was closed and he just had a tight fist with the ring. This one needs to be redone. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, this is still a good figure that's in that 2-pack that I believe is on Amazon and Target still. And you get two pretty good figures out of that deal. So you're going to need him. This is the one, though, out of them all, the classic Justice League, this is the one that needs an upgrade. Aquaman had that Triple H head. You could easily just take the Flashpoint unmasked Flash head, and there's your classic Aquaman. I did paint this gold. I did paint them trunks black. Considering that you do have to get that Flash figure to get this head, I don't think we need another Aquaman figure because we have everything we need from McFarlane to get here. Now, Martian Manhunter. You know, people want him to be taller. He's not. I added a cloth cape. It's not necessary. The gold edition out of the box is a fantastic figure, okay? So, might be pricey now. I don't know. I can't tell you that. But, so, we're pretty, you know, I started from best to kind of worst, but the worst isn't that bad. Of all the figures that really need to be redone is the Green Lantern. So let's go extended, family. Let's go into more additions to the Justice League and Super Friends. So the next additions to the Justice League were Green Arrow, which this is the Injustice 2. This is the regular release. It isn't the Page Punchers. The Page Punchers at least comes with the hat. And if you rip this off, you'd have a more classic look. But he is in desperate need to be redone in a more traditional old school look. So yes, he is one of the major ones that has to be redone. I think McFarlane would be wise to do this figure next. This Cyborg is from the Build-A-Figure wave. And I think it's an impressive Build-A-Figure, but it's a little too big for classic Justice League. It's from that Flashpoint story arc where he is this big, so it's comic accurate for the most part. But he needs to be redone next. Hawkman is fantastic. Now, I repainted that Hawkman to look more Alex Rossi. You can find the gold or platinum edition that has classic colors. You'd have to cut that hair off. I'm sorry, that's not in the camera. That could be pricey. Your best bet is to find this Hawkman and do what I did and paint him. It's not that difficult of a task. Everything pops right off. Just go slow. Take your time. There's no rush. You're not going to sell the figure. Just make it look this way. Take your time. I think he's fine, though. And if you could just overpay or maybe get lucky and find that platinum one, so be it. Okay, moving on to more Super Friends stuff. This Shazam. I do have Shazam right here, though. I meant to put him in the picture. That's why I mentioned him. Ha ha ha. Shazam looks good. He's not classic, but he is decent for Super Friends and for Justice League. I don't mind him. Dr. Fate, however, is a combination of the movie Dr. Fate and the Injustice 2 head, and then I added a cloth cape and I painted him blue. That figure can stand to be re-released in a more classic form. That's for Super Friends. And then he needs to make Black Canary and the Wonder Twins and Plastic Man. So let's go back over the figures that need to be remade to wrap this Christmas video up and have some fun tonight and drink some eggnog and open some gifts. And I've really had a great year. I keep mentioning that. Such a fun year for toys. Such a fun year to talk about toys. Such a fun year to have this channel going. So let's go over that again. So I would say these are the top figures that need to get remade. We need a more classic looking Green Arrow, a more clean suited Green Lantern, a smaller Cyborg, more clean suited Dr. Fate. Worst case scenario, if this is what we have going forward, I don't mind it. I think it's very fun. I think it looks great on the shelf. And I think, should you wait? If anything, I would wait on him. Maybe wait on him because it might be pricey to get all them figures, but you do need that Flash anyway. I would still get this 2-pack because you get that other cool-looking Batman. So there you have it. I didn't tally up all the numbers, but, it's going to obviously be what them platinum and gold editions. That's what's going to beef up the cost of all this. Right now, you can find the major players, though. The Superman and the Wonder Woman and the Martian Manhunter and Aquaman. I don't think it'll be that bad. But hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a great Christmas. Take care. Have fun.